Ever ordered something online and kind of stopped to think how that massive container ship even get to port?
Right.
It's kind of mind-boggling when you think
Yeah.
about it. Well, today's deep dive, it's all about those unsung heroes behind the scenes of the shipping industry.
Mm-hmm.
Stevedore superintendents.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the conductors of this whole global orchestra of cargo.
And it's not as simple as just, keeping the ships moving. This industry, it's growing rapidly. We're looking at a projected 5% growth over the next 10 years.
5%. So we're talking more ships,
Bro, yeah.
more competition,
Absolutely.
more of everything.
More of everything, which means the pressure's on for these stevedore superintendents. Got to optimize every single step of the loading and unloading process.
Right.
Companies that can do it efficiently, they're the ones that'll thrive.
So it's like Indiana Jones meets like a logistics mastermind.
Right.
These superintendents are dealing with massive cargo, tight schedules, and let's be honest, probably some big personalities out on those docks.
Oh, you've got your stevedores, the boots on the ground, literally moving mountains of cargo.
Yeah.
And then you've got the superintendent coordinating it all, making sure everything runs, well, like a well-oiled ship, literally.
Okay, so now I'm really curious.
Yeah.
What does a typical day even look like for a stevedore superintendent?
Picture this. Sun rising over the harbor, smell of salt air, the whirring of cranes.
Okay.
And of course, always that potential for a dropped container mishap.
Oh, no.
Our stevedore superintendents, they got to be on top of it all, from the moment a ship docks to the time it sets sail again.
And we're not just talking about like waving their arms and yelling over there.
There's got to be a ton of paperwork, regulations, problem solving, all that.
You're spot on. Incident reports, those are a big part of the job. Did a container take a tumble?
Yeah.
Was there a close call with a crane? Got to document it all. Crucial for maintaining safety and preventing future accidents.
Right.
And then there's the technology.
Technology. What kind of tech skills do you need to wrangle cargo ships? Well, the industry's changing faster than ever. Think automation, robotics, these sophisticated tracking systems. The days of just eyeballing it, those are long gone.
Which makes sense why that RoleCatcher guide you gave me lists monitoring as like a key skill for stevedore superintendents.
Precisely. And it's not just about, monitoring the cargo. It's about monitoring those automated systems, troubleshooting any problems, and just making sure everything runs smoothly in what's becoming a very high-tech environment.
Okay, so this is way more than just like a physically demanding job. It takes some serious brain power, too.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of brain power, let's talk about the career path. You don't just roll up one day and become a stevedore superintendent.
Oh, definitely not. It's a climb, but it's a climb worth making. Usually start as an entry-level stevedore, getting your hands dirty, learning the ropes.
Literally.
Literally. Then you move up to junior stevedore, taking on a bit more responsibility, maybe supervising a small team.
So you're saying even at that entry level, those soft skills, those really matter. It's not just about like how much you can lift.
Exactly. That RoleCatcher guide, it actually mentions that an entry-level stevedore needs a strong commitment to safety and great attention to detail. Those are so important for leadership later on.
Wow, yeah. It's like building a skyscraper. You need that super solid foundation, even for the penthouse, right?
Right.
So you got your junior stevedores are learning the ropes. What about that next level up, those senior stevedores? What sets them apart?
Well, experience, for one. They've kind of seen it all, handled all kinds of cargo, dealt with those unexpected situations. And remember those incident reports we talked about?
Yeah.
Senior stevedores are often the ones investigating, problem solving, making sure those mistakes don't happen again.
Makes sense. Like the seasoned detectives of the docks,
Yeah.
using their experience to like prevent future crimes against efficiency.
Yeah.
But eventually those senior stevedores, they're going to want that superintendent title. What's it take to reach the top?
It's a mix of things. You need proven leadership skills, a deep understanding of the industry, and you got to be able to make those tough decisions under pressure.
And let's not forget that constant need to learn, to adapt. With all the technology coming into play, a stevedore superintendent can't just kick back and relax, can they?
Absolutely not. Continuous learning is key. We're talking certifications like OSHA for safety, first aid, CPR for obvious reasons, and then specialized stevedore supervisor training. The industry's always evolving, so those at the top, they got to stay ahead of the curve.
So you've worked your way up, you've got the experience, the certifications, the leadership skills, but let's be real, you still got to nail that job interview.
You're telling me. And that's where this RoleCatcher guide gets really interesting. They actually give you sample interview questions just for aspirational stevedore superintendents.
Oh, wow. What kind of questions are we talking here?
Well, they've got everything from the practical stuff, like how do you make sure everyone's following safety regulations on like a crazy busy dock, all the way to how would you handle a disagreement between team members who have totally different work styles?
Ooh, those are tough. You'd really need to know your stuff to impress a hiring manager with those. It's like you're prepping for, like, the Super Bowl, but instead of a playbook, you've got this RoleCatcher guide,
Right.
and the stakes are high.
And just like in a big game, how you answer those questions, it can make or break your chances.
Yeah.
That's where that strategic thinking really comes in.
Okay.
Remember how RoleCatcher breaks down those career stages?
Yeah, from entry-level Stevedore all the way up to superintendent.
They suggest tailoring your answers, so you're already thinking like a superintendent, even if you're still a senior stevedore.
Oh, interesting.
Shows ambition, you know? Like you're looking ahead. You're ready for that next step.
So a senior stevedore might focus on, like, their hands-on experience,
Right.
and the superintendent candidate is talking big picture, like the strategic decisions they'd make.
Exactly. You're demonstrating that you understand the role, but you also have a vision for the future.
Okay, I'm convinced. RoleCatcher, that's got to be, like, essential for anyone who's serious about this career path. But, all right, let's talk about the elephant on the docks.
Okay.
Or maybe that's a container ship-sized elephant in this case.
Let's hear it.
We talked about the challenges, the skills, the interview, all that. But what about those rewards? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And RoleCatcher, they don't shy away from it. They lay out the pros and cons. You could be making a six-figure salary.
Oh, okay.
Not bad for a job that doesn't have you stuck in an office all day.
Right, right. And I bet job security is pretty good, too, especially with the industry growing like it is.
You got it. The need for those skilled stevedore superintendents, that's only going to keep going up. But I gotta be honest, it's not for everyone. We're talking long hours, working in all kinds of weather, and there are some inherent risks to a job that's physically demanding.
So you're trading in that comfy office chair for a hard hat and some steel-toe boots.
Pretty much. But for the right person, the rewards, those go beyond just the paycheck.
Yeah.
There's a real sense of accomplishment knowing you're playing a vital role in the entire global economy. Every ship that leaves the port loaded efficiently and safely. That's thanks to you, to your leadership.
So it's more than just moving cargo. It's about making a real impact.
Exactly. As the industry is dealing with all this new tech and the demand keeps growing, that need for ethical and effective leadership at every level, well, it's more important now than ever.
So to everyone listening, if you're feeling stuck, maybe looking for a career that has, some real impact, this could be it. You could be the one calling the shots, making those decisions to keep everything moving.
And who knows? Maybe you'll be the one that figures out how to do it even better, even safer. This industry, it needs innovative leaders, and that could be you.
That's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
If you're even a little bit intrigued by this whole Stevedore Superintendent thing, go check out RoleCatcher and learn more. Their resources could be your ticket to success.
Definitely.
And hey, even if you're not cut out for life on the docks, take a second to appreciate those who are, keeping things moving.
Cuber.
That's it for today's deep dive. We'll see you next time for another journey into the world of work.